I got a little snow koozie going on here in the bed. Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everyone. Yes, we finally got a snow day here in Northern Virginia. When it was all said and done, I want to say it was about 9 or 10 inches, which is pretty rare for up here. Usually we don't get too much snow, even though it does get pretty cold. Even though I personally didn't get a chance to do any fun snow wheeling, it felt like the perfect time to do a video giving you guys a list of recommended things to bring with you if you decide to go snow wheeling. So let's get started. And before we jump right in, remember that today, January 14th, is Tacomaholic Day, the last day for the 25% off sale in the Tacomaholic shop, linked right down below, celebrating the 2-year anniversary of my first upload on YouTube. Thank you so much for everyone's support so far. I can't wait to see what the future brings. Okay, so before we get into the video, many of the things I'm going to mention here, in fact, all of them, are things you would usually bring with you when you're off-roading anyway. But since you are wheeling in the snow, it's going to be cold outside. It's just extra dangerous because if you get stuck overnight, you know, there's a chance you could freeze to death. So snow wheeling, same equipment for like mudding and off-roading in general. Just use more common sense and be smart. All right, first up on the list, bring a friend, at least one friend, meaning another vehicle. Don't have 2 or 3 people in the same truck because that's not really the point I'm trying to drive at here. Even when you're going off-roading in general, it's always good to go with a small group, at least one other vehicle, because yes, if you have a winch, you can pull yourself out, but that's just going to be that much more difficult in the cold and the snow, getting wet and uncomfortable, all that stuff. So if you have a buddy who also has a 4x4, obviously, you can use your strap to get pulled out of any situation. Plus, you all know, if you're alone, Murphy's Law, that's when something bad is going to go wrong and you're going to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere in however many feet of snow you decided it would be a good idea to go wheeling in. Next up, bring a recovery strap of some kind. Yes, you can use a tow strap, but I recommend these snatch straps. They are probably about twice as expensive as a tow strap, but much more useful because of the elasticity. Helps to give you that bouncing, sort of like pull momentum. Much less likely to break just because of the elasticity compared to a regular tow strap. I am going to do a separate video on this in the future comparing this to a regular tow strap, but if you want to pick one up now, link right down in the description below. Like I just mentioned, if you're out with a friend, yes, you can winch yourself out, but it is much faster and much easier just to whip out the tow strap, put it on your front or rear recovery point, and get pulled out. Takes literally just a few minutes versus maybe 5-10 minutes. Depending on the terrain you're on, if you need to get winched, finding a tree or a rock could be sort of a pain. When you're wheeling in the snow, definitely have your strap on.
What the hell?
Next up, and this one really is a no-brainer, bring a shovel. Just like if you're wheeling on the beach, if you get stuck, chances are you might just be able to dig yourself out with a few minutes of labor with your standard shovel. This is nothing special. I think I got it at Home Depot for like 10 or 15 bucks. I want to say it's like the 36-inch, which is good, like if you're going to mount it on a rack or in your bed or whatever. But of course, you can get like the 6-foot or whatever the full-size shovel length is. But definitely bring a shovel. You can see if you're, I'm not stuck right now, but if you're stuck, you got snow piled up. Obviously, it's going to have to be deeper than this to get stuck, unless you're just like in a perfect rut in the mud, creating that sort of nasty, slippery, icy, snowy barrier that your tire just can't get traction on. You can dig yourself out, make the rut a little bigger so you can get more back up and a little more runway to get up some speed and get out. So shovel, never leave home without it. Next thing I'd recommend bringing when you're snow wheeling is extra gas. Now, I don't have any extra gas right now, even though I did have Mexican food last night. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Bring a jerry can or a Rotopax filled with fuel, just because if you're in the snow, chances are your 4-wheel drive, which burns more gas than regular wheel drive, will be working just a little harder than if you're just off-roading in dirt in general. So you are going to be burning more fuel. Don't want to get yourself stranded out there in the middle of nowhere, which is where it will happen. You know I'm right. And run out of fuel and be stranded. So bring at least another 5-gallon tank, preferably 2. Keep them ready just in case. After that, I'm going to go ahead and recommend bringing basic communication devices, especially if you decide to be brave and stupid and go snow wheeling by yourself. Bring your cell phone, so if you do get stuck, you can call one of your buddies who should have come with you in the first place. Let everyone know where you are, and maybe they can come get you. Even better, though, if you have a CB or some kind of handheld walkie, you might be able to find random people out on snowmobiles or wheeling in the same area you are. You might be able to let people know where you are and sort of communicate your situation that way. So if you don't have any way of communicating, well, you're stuck and you're all alone. And you might just end up naked and afraid. And the last thing I'm going to recommend for snow wheeling in specific is just regular emergency gear. So just in case you do get stuck and you are by yourself, or if you're with a small group and everyone gets stuck and you have to spend the night, you know it's going to be cold, you want to make sure you obviously survive the night to live and wheel another day. So bring water, bring some food, bring blankets, all that stuff, whatever you need. Just pretend you're going camping for the night. Just in case you get stuck, you can survive the night and carry on with your business. Hopefully it won't come to that though. All right, everybody, that will do it for this video. Yes, there are tons more things you should probably bring with you when snow wheeling. That's just a basic starter list to get you going. As with going off-roading wherever you go, no matter, even if it's beautiful weather, you know, bring your basic tools and stuff like that. So if something breaks, you can do like a trail fix and get on your way again. Thank you so much for supporting the channel by watching this video. Don't forget to check out the last day of the Tacomaholic Day sale, linked right below. Grab 25% off all the Tacomaholic merchandise in the shop. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your snow wheeling if you're out there taking advantage of this weather on the northeast coast, and I will see you in the next video.